Welcome to episode 3 of the Just Grubbin podcast. Question:
Yeah.
What's the cheapest that you've had on you going on a date?
Cheap money wise?
Yeah, money wise. I was thinking about this the other day. I went on a date with like $20. She ordered a steak.
You're brave.
It didn't go good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it was rough.
That's when you do a coffee.
So she was like, "Why are you only ordering appetizers?" I was like,
Yeah. That's when you're like, hey, how about we meet for coffee at 9 a.m.? You know?
Go for a walk in the park.
Exactly.
So
Walk in the park with the coffee.
What was your cheapest, Al?
it was a little more than 20.
What you do?
Just dinner and a movie. Cheap dinner.
That's
About $70.
Little Mexican spot. I had about $78 on me.
What about you?
$30, but you take them to
did
Terakawa.
30?
But it's Terakawa. It's $10 ramen bowls.
Right.
Oh, that's
Fills
smart.
everybody up.
That's smart.
Josh?
No,
25.
mine was about $20, and we went to coffee. Had some pastries, had some lattes. I was under budget.
Mike?
Minimum 100 just in case.
Oh, that's your minimum?
Just in
Just
case.
Jesus.
You know,
Yeah, right?
If it's a first date, you got to do the impression.
Oh, yeah, first date's different. I got to
Yeah.
make sure.
The
I
second
have
day,
money
you can
on
go
it.
a lot cheaper because you
Right.
can make it a lot more fun. You can
Yeah.
go
Exactly.
for a walk on the river. You can go for a walk in the park. You don't have to do the
Very
whole,
true.
drinks and dinner thing.
Actually, can I change that?
Go ahead.
I don't know how much I had on me, but I brought chili.
Wait. So you brought chili with you?
I brought chili.
Was it
and,
in Tupperware?
Chili and medicine. Yeah, she was sick, so I was like, yeah, I'll still come over. Chili and
That's a
medicine.
date. That's a date.
Fair enough.
Chili and medicine is the lowest I went.
Well,
Chicken chili.
episode 3 of the Just Grubbin podcast. We're joined by Josh Eats Philly and the Flying Pie guy, Mike. What's going on, brothers?
It's pretty good. I'm happy to be here on the podcast.
We're glad to have you.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I can't wait for you guys to try some of these new
I mean, we can do that right now.
Yeah,
Not
that-
the only one.
I'm
That's the
excited
only
for
one.
that.
Thanks for having
Try
me.
one of these sausage rolls, Al.
Oh, you just gonna
All
throw
right,
it
thank
in?
Yeah, we're going
We're just
right
gonna
there
go right for
right
it.
now.
All right, well,
Yeah.
Enough with the games. Yeah.
I had my eye on this.
Enough of the games.
Yeah, we can play around, but no. We did pre-show rep. And Al, tell everybody, if it's pork, it belongs on your fork. Oh. Yeah, it's like that? It's like that?
Hold on.
Describe it
To
to
go
us.
do another bite?
And people that don't know Josh Eats Philly, he's one of the most popular Philadelphia influencers around. Humble. You're very humble, Josh. But me and CJ not having it today.
Yeah.
Okay. 'Cause
20K
I'm like,
followers lets us know that you do your thing.
I do my thing, and I feel like, I guess I'm an influencer, but I really
are
just
an influencer.
go
No
around,
guessing.
eat places I like to eat, take pictures, post pictures, and go about my day.
So I need you to try this.
Yeah, for sure. Let me try, I guess,
Sausage
sausage
roll?
roll.
What you
Like,
think, Mike?
What do you recommend? Where should I start?
We're going to go one by one. We'll all go sausage.
Sure, we're all gonna eat it
We'll
anyway,
go through
but I'm
one.
like,
Yeah,
where
we'll
should
go
I
through one.
start? You know?
We'll start with the
There's a lot of
sausage.
food to choose from.
Exactly.
Mike brought a spread, by the way, for the people that aren't
So,
watching the
I mean,
video.
if you like spicy, you want to try the curry lamb. That's a brand new pie that we're
get
just
to
kind
that.
of market testing right now. It's got some heat to it.
It's got some heat. That's why I'm.
So nothing like your
Oh, my goodness.
your wing episode that you
Yeah.
did. But no,
Because I'm
nothing.
thinking I should build up
Oh,
to
man.
that.
So the venison pie.
So CJ just
is
tried the
another
sausage
brand new
roll.
one.
Oh, really?
What's going on, CJ?
What do you think, CJ?
Come back to me later. I'm finished.
All right, I'm doing the sausage roll.
All right, this
Amazing.
sausage roll.
Man, this looks so good.
So, Mike, but while everybody's trying the sausage roll, why don't you give us a little bit of background of Flying Pie
going?
Guy?
So yeah, Flying Pie Guy is my brand right now. What we did is I started with a food truck, launched in.
Which, by the
in-
way, I appreciate you just quit your corporate job. You're
I
like,
did.
I'm
I
done
had
with
enough.
this.
I had enough. I had the worst
Yeah.
boss in the world, and I just had enough, and I wanted to do something on my own and kind of grow my own brand. And after talking to family members, my cousin was over here from New Zealand. We're hanging out in a pub in New York City. He's like, "I need to do a food truck," and I'm like, "Are you out of your mind?" And something set in.
I see you at every event, and it's banging
yeah.
every time.
It's
Hold on. Time out.
Yeah,
Time out.
it's
CJ, all right, CJ,
I got another
talk,
soft
CJ,
roll
talk.
over here.
It's
Talk,
so good.
CJ.
Yeah, like the crust is flaky. And
Right.
The filling is amazing, flavorful.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah,
keep
because
going,
while
sorry.
you were talking, I was about to like say, "Hey, man, this pie or this roll is so good.
so
You need to try one, man.
Lauren, yeah,
Lauren, get
a bite in there.
get one of the sausage
Well,
rolls."
somebody got to host the show.
Yeah, so
No, you
anyway,
gotta
back to,
try
I
it.
just, I wanted to bring really authentic, all-natural Aussie meat pies to America. No fillers, no nothing, just straight up all
Our
natural.
program director needs to try one. Hello, Lauren.
Yeah.
You and Hector need to. Oh,
You know, Lauren's
You
on.
gotta try.
fine.
There's some beef pies too.
Yeah.
When we get to those.
Okay, when we get to
All right.
Yeah, this is the only pork that I have here is the sausage rolls, but all the rest are beef. It's all organic, natural.
Kidding me?
Great. and
exactly.
the beef's from what? You like that?
It's amazing.
That's good,
It is
isn't
so
it?
good.
Thank you.
I hope
Thank you.
nobody else wants anymore. Cause
I said to myself, do I bring 4? I'm like, nah, bring 8.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those
man.
things.
Give us more of your background.
So I just, like I said, launched the food truck. Wanted to, bring my pies to America, and hopefully, I can get maybe investors to help me do that. And as I'm learning more and more about the commercial food
I'm
world,
investing.
it's quite complicated, and it's so my pies now are made in Philadelphia at a kitchen that we've hired to take care of them because I couldn't keep up with the demand. So I got to a point it was really hard to find somebody. I got lucky because this guy's right in Philly and he knows meat pies, and so it's amazing. It's a great partnership. So now the pies are all USDA certified. They're all coming out of USDA facility, and what's nice about it is it's part of my agreement with them. I don't kind of turn the reins over. I just I go in, show up anytime I want, and do quality control, make sure my pies are like I would make them. You know, and
Amazing, beautiful. That's amazing.
and the dough, I got very lucky as well. We're working with a manufacturer dough company out of Maine, Bath, Maine.
Yeah.
This guy is a French-trained chef. His name is Michael Gagne, and he's amazing because he works with me and he sticks to my recipe. My recipe is a secret recipe, and it's like I treat it like Colonel Sanders treated his KFC. I won't share it with anyone.
Because I mean, we've only tried the roll, but it's so flaky.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
you can tell
Josh,
there's a
you
lot
try a
of butter.
lot of
there's
food.
Yeah.
How good is it?
This is amazing. And one thing I was saying earlier was it's hard to find authentic British, authentic New Zealand, Australian type of food here in Philly. And you're doing it from a food truck, which is even more amazing that you're able to do that and put this quality food out of a food truck.
Thank you.
So it's really awesome.
Are you gonna do a brick and mortar?
I bought a building in Ewing. That's where I keep the food truck and service the food truck. But I really don't have it's an old Italian restaurant.
Time out. He works around there. You just really
Yeah, right next to Trenton.
you really just
Some
took
people
his
call it West
twine.
Trenton. It's right. I'm literally right across the street from the DOT building.
Oh my goodness! I gotta pass by that every day to go to work.
Oh, then you need to text me if you need a refill and just let me know. And
You're gonna take them up on the offer?
I don't open the building to the public, although it's an old restaurant. My interest was more to turn it into my own USDA facility eventually, but then things kind of went in different directions. But now I just service the food truck out of there. My office is there. Obviously, I run the company out of there, and that's where I store my pies when I'm getting ready to go out and service everything. I still make some things.
Lower Ferry Road, or is this?
It's right on Lower Ferry Road.
Oh boy!
It is right across the street from DOT. It's right next to the railroad tracks.
You blew that one.
Yes.
You made something special for us, right?
Yeah, so I've been working with a company out of they're actually based out of Canada, and they're actually a New Zealand and Australian-owned company, and they're a true cooperative, and so I'm able to get all my meat that I'm buying now, all my lamb and all my beef is all Australian and New Zealand beef, and it comes in fresh, not frozen, and it's really cool.
It's high quality.
Yeah, really high quality. It doesn't get any better, and they just opened a meat processing plant in Pedricktown, New Jersey, which is South Jersey, and you never know who you're going to meet on a food truck. The CEO came to my truck, and he's like, I heard your pies are the real deal. I said, I believe they are. He goes, I'll tell you what. He goes, if they're the real deal, I'm going to help you go national. I'm going to do everything I can to help you grow. He goes, all my clients are all the big box stores, and he goes, so he did, and he's true to his word. He tried the pie, loved it, and so I started working with his director of culinary development, is a world-class chef. His name is Chris Thompson. We started working together and kind of coming up with different recipes using their meats, and so that's why we came up with the curry lamb. And then I'd never cooked with venison in my life. I've eaten it, but I've eaten northeast venison, whitetail, never redtail. So now I get to work with Savannah Venison out of New Zealand and Silver Fern Farms, and they have the most. It is try it.
Yeah.
Before I talk it up too much, but it's
Which one is it?
yeah. Dig in, guys, dig in.
So
That's that one.
Yeah, that's
Josh?
I have a question. So I know you want to go national. Are you looking to get into like grocery stores? Is that the goal, or?
Well, the plan was to start with a food truck, and being that it's mobile, I get to kind of hit different events, and I get to test the market and see who the demographics were, and who my clients were, and who didn't like them, who did like them.
Talk to us, Al.
Which pies sold better where, things like that.
Yeah.
The next step is I'm launching this week. I'm launching my e-tail site. They call it. That's the new buzzword I just learned. E-tail. So it's the e-commerce site. We're going to start shipping the pies nationally. Frozen, ready to bake. That'll launch. That was supposed to launch last Monday, but it didn't with all the filming going on for Amazon. So we're going to launch.
You
it
mean
this
you
week.
big time now?
Nah, it's not. No, not big
It's
time.
huge. That's
Not big
Be on
time. It's
Amazon.
just.
I mean, you
know,
got an
lu-
Amazon
lucky-
show. It's
lucky and truly blessed to have the friends that I have in life, and to be introduced to certain people, and everyone wants to help me, and it's amazing. It's just an amazing feeling.
I love the humility. It's awesome.
You see him, right? Al. Yeah.
Oh,
And which one was this?
Portobello mushrooms. Yeah, I forgot about
That's
that.
Move.
Got mushrooms.
Yeah,
It's got
portobello
venison.
mushrooms.
Which
See,
one was
Jay?
this?
I love
This is
mushroom.
amazing.
That's the
curry,
venison, right?
Yeah.
That's the venison. That venison is.
Oh my God.
So wait, are all these?
Yeah, Savannah Venison and
venison,
Silver
that's-
Fern Farms do an amazing job with the quality of their products, and I'm truly really lucky to be able to work with them, and it's
Wow.
it's my new favorite thing to cook with is venison. I do all kinds of experimenting in the kitchen, different flavors and different ways of doing it, and including
You enjoy what you
grinding
do.
it,
I think that's what I like the most
Passion.
about. Yeah, he's
Right,
very
right.
passionate.
I love
about
it.
what
I
you
love
do.
it. I love it.
Yeah.
I just coming from the corporate world and then enjoing cooking my
How
whole
fed
life.
up were you with your boss?
Absolutely done. Yeah.
That's awesome. Man.
You have no idea. So,
And I think-
just getting in, and now getting into the commercial cooking, a whole new world for me. Learning curve is massive. But I've been able to meet all these amazing chefs who have helped me and been like,
And
"Mike,
people like
you're doing that wrong. Come over here. Let me show you how it's done." Learning how to use a knife properly was a learning curve in itself. Me, people laugh at me the way I would use a knife. Now they're looking at me like, "Yeah, you're getting good at that." Lots of cuts.
Oh, wow.
Lots of nicks and cuts on my hands. But
I can
hey,
imagine.
it is what it is.
And were you like the best cook in your family? And
No, my mom and dad are both amazing cooks.
so that's how you started.
Yeah, I used to love watching my mom cook and help her. Not so much with the cleanup part of it, but
I think we're all there.
but my dad makes. There's another sort of a meat pie that almost resembles an empanada, and that's called a pasty. And a pasty is like an empanada, but a little bit bigger with a short crust. My dad makes the most amazing pasties, and so I don't know what's going to happen with that ever.
You all right?
So were your parents like your
empanadas.
inspiration in a sense, or?
I think so. I think watching my dad and my mom cook growing up, and then and then getting to know different people and chefs, and just kind of watching what can happen, and really if you dive into food and the seasonings and the flavors and what matches what, and then I started experimenting with beer and wine, and the venison pie is kind of unique because it has beer and wine.
Right.
It's got
That's
I use
crazy.
beer.
It's better and better.
Did you try?
He tried the sausage roll.
Yeah, so the beer is from
Yeah, that was a sausage roll.
the beer's from Free Will Brewing in Percy,
Yeah, I've
just
been
up there in Bucks County.
Yeah.
Fantastic brewery. We work
Absolutely.
closely with them. The food trucks there, 3-4 times a month. And then Old York Cellars in Ringgoes, New Jersey, phenomenal winery, and they have a Syrah wine. Syrah is just another name, an American basically name for Shiraz. And so Shiraz is grown down in Australia, so we were able to incorporate both those flavors and all those seasonings and come up with this pie, and it's pretty cool.
This venison is like just so easy to chew. It's just like
This is the venison.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's
the
like
venison pie.
Huge, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I want to give value.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Yeah.
kind of compare these to pot pies, and
Yeah.
anybody that knows a pot pie is full of nothing.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
you know,
I
a
grew
couple
up
of
on
pieces of
frozen
chicken,
ones.
a couple of pieces of veggies. But they
Cut
only
down the
weigh.
middle a little
This
bit.
is bigger than a lot
Yeah.
of the frozen ones.
So my pies go into the oven at 11 ounces. So
Wow.
they're full. The
are,
last
yeah.
thing, you know what?
This is a whole meal right here.
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah, it's not a snack; it's a meal, and it's a grab and go meal. It's just a pick it up and go.
I'm gonna grab and smash.
No forks allowed.
No forks
You know,
Is that one of your mottos?
no, but it's going to be soon because a lot of people just won't touch it with a fork, and it's not their fault.
Yeah, it kinda
they
defeats
grow,
the-
they grow up in
Yeah.
America eating a pot pie or eating a fruit pie or something. They want to grab for a fork. These are just a handheld pie. I mean, they're just like an empanada or anything else.
So when I started my foodie journey, you were one of the first places I went to.
Yeah,
Wow.
you know what?
Yeah,
And
it was one of my first food festivals, and it was me and Jamil.
that was the
and-
Philadelphia Food Truck Festival.
No,
No,
maybe, but yeah,
it was.
but yeah,
I
you were
know-
one of the first places I tried.
And I owe you guys. It's very exciting for me to be here because
Yeah.
you guys gave me a write up on Yelp.
Oh.
blew my mind.
You remember?
Oh God, yeah. It was one of my favorite. Yelp I personally hate, and I don't even go on it because some people,
No shit on you.
yeah,
I get
just absolutely destroy me. And
Me and Josh talk about it all the time.
You
Like,
do, yeah. I was gonna bring it up
use
as
your
well.
power for good.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah,
Like,
I
and
don't
me
wa-
and you take a lot of pride in not using our power for bad.
I'm
Like,
big on,
Right.
on
we
positive
want to
energy.
use our
Positivity,
influence.
positive
Yeah,
energy.
Positive
I feel the
energy,
same
giving
way.
back.
Right.
Giving back. I work with like Chefs on a Mission in Atlantic City, where we go in right before the holidays and we cook for the less fortunate people,
That's
people down
amazing.
on their luck, and it's just all about giving back. But
Right.
you go on Yelp and
There's so much negativity.
It's
out
a
there.
lot of negativity.
Right.
yeah, I don't even.
People complain about not getting like ketchup packets. I'm like, come on, guys.
Oh, I just you know
But
what?
I think on like the flip side, it's so good that you guys did put a positive review out there, and I'm
Right.
assuming this is when you were earlier on, and that's when it matters.
Oh, we were
the
brand
most.
new. We were brand new.
That's what I'm
you know?
saying. When you're a
Yeah.
brand new like restaurant, food truck
Right.
establishment, those first positive reviews can mean everything.
I
Everything.
read that
Great.
review,
Right,
and,
right.
and I believe you. I believe you gave a great review on Facebook as well, and I just
my
the
turn
reviews
now.
really they count because
You're getting a lot of love right now.
I know, I did.
Go. Do you guys want to go ahead? Go ahead.
I really just want to eat. To be honest, it's so good. Like I'm like drawing the blank because with every bite, I'm just like, oh my god, it's just amazing.
thank you, I really
Amazing.
appreciate it. I
You're
work,
good at
I
what
work,
you do, Mike.
I work hard at it, and I work really hard at it. And
Your passion shows through it.
you know, and
Yeah,
that's why we thank you. I
My brother is like on the way to the studio,
Yeah.
and trust me, he's gonna love
If
all
there's
of
any
it.
more left,
If
there's
there's
anybody
anything left, I
left,
was
yeah.
actually thinking that
Too late for him.
because there's only one more venison pie, right?
yeah, there's only one more sitting there.
Lauren, that's you.
Nah, Lauren doesn't want that.
All right, so I want
It's
your
not
feedback.
just
I want
spicy,
you
it's
really want your feedback on the curry lamb.
Oh,
That's
say
that one
less.
That's
there.
this one right here. Okay.
That's this one.
Now the curry lamb is the one that.
It's hard when you're.
Nah, it's perfect.
Go see.
You don't say that.
It does have some heat to it, but you know what? It's only because I listen to my feedback from my customers. We're talking about the Yelp and everything. I go on
Which,
Yelp and I
by the
go.
way, is why you're good at what you do. You listen to.
I listen to my customers, and it's hard because I can't come up with a curry lamb pie with different levels of heat. I have to come up with something that satisfies everybody.
Right.
So
man.
I
Yeah,
want
'cause-
to know
All right,
what
Mike.
you think. I'm not a heat guy, so my mom made
Talk to us, CJ.
curry lamb growing up a lot, and
nap
I
it
wouldn't
first.
eat it
That
because it's too
looks
hot. But
good.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That looks real
Yeah,
good. I
that's-
mean,
Yeah, go ahead, man. This is.
That's all it's gonna
I
say.
mean, you don't have to say too much.
You tell me.
I don't know which
Josh,
one is better.
thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know which one is better. It's not. It's got spice, but it's not hot.
I'll say
Yeah,
it's not
it's just
spicy.
yeah. No, it's
so
not.
do I add more heat? I can.
I mean, I'm sure. there's-
Chef Chris Thompson introduced me to different chilies and different peppers and things like that, and he's cool because he'll come up to my kitchen He'll drive up from his base operations, and he'll come up to my kitchen, and we'll literally cook until 4 a.m, and we'll try.
So
things and
whenever you
experiment.
need like people to help
Taste
out,
testing.
taste test, you know we're
Monday to Friday. I'm there.
No, yeah, it's
Right.
just perfect because it's got cake.
Like
but
on
it's
your
not
way
hot.
home
I hit you
So what
guys
you think?
up on.
What's your overall-
I was gonna
what's your
say
overall thought?
I would not add any more.
Is there any
No more
vegetables
heat?
in this, or
No.
just
It's
is there
perfect.
vegetables in this, or just pepper?
potatoes, right?
What do I have in
And
that?
the-
I think it's potatoes.
Yeah, there's potatoes,
Right.
a little bit of carrot, I believe, and fresh New Zealand lamb from Fern Farm.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really
It's not
good.
hot
Like
at all.
if you don't like spice, you'll like it, and
Yeah,
if you like
exactly.
spice, you'll still like
You'll
it.
still appreciate it.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
why.
So
That's
let it
exactly
be.
where
And
you
it's
want to
a,
be.
you know what? It's a Jamaican curry. It's
Exactly.
not an Indian curry. It's
not
not a
Indian
Thai
curry.
curry. Although that's kind of on the radars. Experimenting with Thai curries.
This is like
but,
a great alternative to like a Jamaican beef patty.
I was gonna say
Thank you.
exactly. Exactly.
You
and it's
are
nice
so
lamb, so it's
Jamaican.
It's amazing.
It is. It's
really good.
Jamaican meat pie. That's like the word I was thinking. No, for real. When you said that, I'm like, yeah, because it's got like that perfect level of spice too. Like I'm
Thank
saying,
you.
where
Yeah,
it's not like it's not gonna knock you out, but
Thank
it's
you.
just enough to give you that little bit of
It doesn't burn. Yeah, it doesn't burn your
right,
tongue.
This is good. This is a good flavor. This is a good spice without
Thank
it
you.
being like,
Wow.
you know.
Wow. Yeah. Hold
Thank
on.
you.
So Al, what's the
One
verdict?
second. Let me get this verdict now. Get myself
Al, you
together.
talk about that, and he's gonna find some dim sum.
I don't know what Big Al says. As soon as he finishes his mouthful.
Sorry.
How you feeling?
Yeah. I can get down with that.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
like you said, it's not hot.
It's not.
It's got
It's
kick,
got
but
a
it's
little
not
bit
hot.
of a kick, but it's perfectly fine with the kick. But yeah, it's kind of like a Jamaican beef patty.
Right. If you
But
put any
better.
more spice, I don't think that would be good.
Too
though.
much.
Yeah,
I think this is perfect.
Perfect.
That's great.
I
That's
probably
great
wouldn't touch
feedback.
it
I
with
appreciate
more
that
spice.
feedback.
Exactly. You want it so that Big Al. So,
Coming from people that know food, that's awesome.
You know I know
Well, we
food.
never claim we know food, but
You know I know food. Somewhere.
And so the last two pies left, and you guys are gonna have to split them because I ran out of stock. I
That's
will
fine.
restock tomorrow.
That's
I'm gonna
fine.
stick with these.
Um,
I'm starting to get full, which is
yeah, they are kind of filling, but
Oh my
this is
God,
the
so
this is the
Beef and cheddar.
ground beef and hickory smoked bacon and cheddar.
beef, cheddar, and bacon. Like,
It's beef cheddar and bacon. That was-
Nah, I
there it
didn't
is.
forget
Yeah, it
either.
doesn't get
I
that
was
is
hoping we were gonna save that
That's
one for last.
that's
right
been
there.
the most popular pie. That's been on the menu since the launch,
Right.
and it's always been the most popular pie. Although the steak and stout pie,
what's your so that's
That's the
your
one that
most
was in the
popular?
Guinness.
this one's still the most popular.
The beef and bacon.
The steak and stout, we use Guinness beer to make the gravy, and we slow cook the beef in the Guinness for about 6 hours. So it really has time to like tenderize the
Right.
beef, but at the same time kind of absorb, and all the flavors kind of come together.
Is there a gravy in this one?
It
Or is
is
it like a cheese sauce? Is
no, it's gravy, but so it's nutmeg and allspice, garlic and onions, and some water and a little bit of tapioca.
For my
starch.
Italiano friends,
thicken
it
it.
is true gravy.
And
Oh, not the red
yeah,
gravy?
it's a real British gravy, and we
Yeah.
make the gravy using the juices from the meat. So that when we're cooking the meat, we start off by putting the onions and the garlic and sweat the onions in the pan, and then we add the beef. And as the beef juices, all come together, we use like an 85-15 ratio. I don't want too much fat in it.
Right, because then it gets greasy.
Yeah, it gets greasy
Right,
and
right.
goopy, and I'm not really big into that. So I just, kind of stick to my guns on it. I'm making an all-natural product, just
You
to
got
kinda
50
keep the fat
calories.
content, keep
Guns, if
calories
you-
down. Yeah, using the juices. And then when you add the salt, the kosher salt, and the fresh ground black pepper, and the nutmeg and the allspice, and it just forms a gravy with the juices, and then with a little bit of water to it, and then it, we reduce it for about 45 minutes, and then we add the cheese, and we have finely chopped bacon.
He's really talking to us. Al.
Sorry,
man.
Yeah. No, don't apologize.
You know what? I love what I do, and
Exactly,
my
and I
mouth's
love the
watering
passion,
as I'm
honestly.
explaining it to you.
Mike, I have to cover some news. I need you to. Ooh, yeah. CJ, dim sum.
All right, so we went to Dim Sum this past week, and I'm gonna read the press release.
Dim Sum Garden?
Dim Sum Garden by Jane G.
Josh
so
was there with us.
Josh was there.
Fun times.
Jane, well, sorry if I pronounced her names wrong. And Jackson Fu announced the grand opening of Dim Sum House by Jane G's 1930 Chestnut this past Thursday. But it was February 20th. The mother-son duo who also operate Dim Sum House in University City will bring an all-day, everyday dim sum
you missed the dim sum.
in two styles to Center City and Rittenhouse Square.
Jealous?
The expensive restaurant and bar will feature 4,000 square feet of space.
It was banging.
With seated for 120 inside and 20 outside if you like people walking up by your food and dogs touching your feet. From the kitchen, guests will enjoy a menu that focuses on 2 authentic styles of Chinese dim sum, Shanghai and
They gave us so much
Cantonese,
dim sum, bro.
plus fried rice, noodles, chef specialties, and familiar Chinese favorites from the Jiangnan region of China. Notable favorites include Dim Sum House's celebrated pork soup dumplings, which were amazing.
Those are so good.
Yeah, the Dan noodles.
Say it again, Josh.
Amazing.
Roast pork bao,
Oh.
Peking duck, pork belly, and mustard greens. Hot and sour soup and
Jealous?
Norwegian whole king crab done 3 ways, which is currently around $450 market price for 8 pounds, and that requires advanced ordering. New to the menu, guests will find ample vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free offerings, plus new dishes like honey vinegar spare ribs, vegetable soup dumpling, garlic seaweed salad, stir-fried Brussels sprouts, and new seitan offerings. At the bar, look for full line of spirits, 8 wines by the glass, over 35 wines by the bottle, 12 beers, and 8 cocktails, all inspired by awesome old kung fu martial arts movies. Say less. So the grand opening was this past Thursday, February 20th. So make your way down there. Dim Sum House by Jane G's, 1930 Chestnut Street. Amazing. There we go.
Wow, that menu sounds fun.
It was really
good,
good.
wasn't it, Josh?
It was really
2
good.
thumbs up.
Wow.
2 thumbs up. And
You're
they
not
had
hating?
they had a
They
lion
really,
dance.
They put some thought
Not even a
into
They
little
it.
really
bit.
did. Yeah, they had a whole lion dance at the end of
Wow.
it.
They
Firecrackers.
did.
Space too is really
The space was
Good
really
vibes.
spacious, good
Yeah,
vibes.
right.
Very, very nice. They had a nice DJ in there.
Hating at all.
Yeah, the wine was really
Nah,
good.
it's fast now.
I highly suggest the dumplings. Highly.
Yeah, the dumplings.
Yeah, I'm a
That's
big-
where it's
big-
at.
Oh, and they had that
Dumpling
lobster.
Yeah, that's
Oh
what I
yeah, the
saw.
lobster Cantonese noodles.
That's
Yes,
what
Those
made
were
me
so good.
jealous.
the lobster
And I love
Cantonese
Dan
noodles.
Dan noodles, so.
Mm.
Dan Dan's.
All right, well, just gonna have to wait. But back to this curry pie. I did my
All
part.
right.
Leave me alone.
So, Mike, where are you at now? Anything you need to promote or?
Yeah, no. So we're looking for the 2020 season. Looking forward to everything. We have been accepted to come back to the Manyang Street Feast, and
Excited for that.
Yeah, really,
When is
really
that?
psyched. I'm not sure the date.
it's
It's,
end
it's
of
towards the
April?
end of April. It's
Yeah.
around the
I am there.
22nd, something around there. I'm not sure the date, but it's the beginning of the Manyang, restaurant week, and then they bring in the top food trucks from the tri-state area, and we just go to town, and people just come. I mean, just
I bet they do.
we'll we'll serve every bit of 800 pies
Wow.
that day, and
What's the most you served in a day?
that. Yeah,
That's a lot.
In,
That's
in
a lot.
In a single day.
Probably a lot of inventory.
My record is 1,200 pies in a weekend,
Are
and
you
that's
kidding me?
that's Peddler's Village
Oh,
for their
Peddler's
October
Village.
feast.
Yeah.
We love working with Peddler's Village. We do all the
I
big
feel
events,
like
and
this pairs so well with Oktoberfest.
that
you know?
then they bring us in
Exactly.
for that because the crowds are huge. I mean, 50,000 people show up. I
Right,
mean, it's
right.
insane. You know,
And
so they need
imagine
to feed them all. So,
drinking a beer, drinking an
yeah,
ale with one of these
yeah.
pies, like that's.
Well,
match
I love it.
made
I
in
love it
heaven.
when they park us right next to Free Will Brewing, and
Right,
Free Will's
right.
just pumping out the beer, and we're pumping out the pies, and it's just really
Yeah.
great. It's great.
Looks like I know where I'll be then.
Yes, and then this week was very exciting. We just filmed a show with it's
Amazon.
called Wolfpack, and it's going to be airing on Amazon Prime and
so
Eagles
exciting.
Network. So and
And the Eagles Network.
yeah, so the Philadelphia Eagles were involved. I got to very exciting. I got to see some of the behind the scenes of the Eagles bunch, and
That's awesome.
Chef George and a bunch of other chefs from Chefs on a Mission that I work with in Atlantic City came down to help, and so it was a really cool experience. Working with Lee Abbott and Craig Shoemaker is phenomenal. I mean, these guys are true pros at what they do, and it was really fun. So it's going to be airing on Amazon and Eagles Network probably in a couple of months. They just started filming it.
Yeah.
They're here from California. They've got a whole crew of about 15 cameramen and all kinds of sound
Big
people.
time,
So it's
2020
We got
is
it
2020
early.
is
Yeah,
going to
we
be
got
a good
it
year.
early.
Yeah.
They're
That's gonna
filming.
be
They're
awesome
filming.
exposure for you guys.
They filmed me. Then they filmed a salon that had an app idea. I don't know what the outcome was of that. And they're filming 2 other entrepreneurs this week, and so they're filming all week. They're here in Philly. They bring in guest stars. My guest star was Tony Luke Jr.
Wow. That's a good guy.
He's Tony's a really good friend
He's
of mine.
coming on our next show, actually.
Is he? He's Tony's.
I'm coming to the next show too.
You're always welcome.
Tony's-
Doug.
Tony's a very close friend. He is,
Tony invited me and CJ to a couple of his movie premieres.
Yeah, Tony's very cool, and you know, he is Mr. Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He really
I mean,
is.
but he really is, and he's just a really good, genuine man, and you know, very happy to call him my friend, and so he guest starred on my filming part, so you'll see parts of that when
That's awesome.
he's in there helping out. We also went to Love City Brewing and
Oh, yeah,
filmed
that
part
place
of the
is
show
awesome.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the place is cool, isn't it? And
Yeah,
they
love the vibes there
brought
too.
my food truck indoors. I never had that happen before. They
Oh.
actually parked the truck. They have a
Yeah.
back section of the brewery where you
That's
actually pull the
dope.
truck
That's cool.
in,
Right, they have
shut
a
the
section in the
generators
back,
down,
right.
plug in, so it's all nice and quiet, and you can serve your customers and actually talk to them and things like that. So
It's
and
really
their
cool,
beer is phenomenal.
It is. It's really cool though, because in the winter they have food trucks inside the brewery.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
nice.
that
Yeah.
You
even
don't
if
have
it's
to go out in the
cold or
rain.
snowing, you
Right,
can just go
right,
right in the brewery and
exactly,
for some food truck.
And you can enjoy it. And I'm sure the food trucks appreciate that because,
Yeah, they
you know,
do.
in the food truck world, I've learned a lot. One of the things I've learned is people may love the food, but they don't want to come out and stand in the freezing cold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If it's
You know,
raining,
it's
if it's
raining,
snowing,
snowing,
it's cold, right?
they don't want to do it. So, you know, sales do drop. We serve, the pies are baked before you get to the truck, and then they're held in
We're
a
gonna
hot
come
holding
for your
cabinet.
pies regardless, Mike. That, yeah.
My average serve time on the truck's 15 seconds, so
That's
there's never a
awesome.
wait. You know, you just ask for it
You're
and
just
it's gone.
slinging out
you know?
pies.
Slinging
That's how you
pies
get
all day
800
long,
in a
as fast
day,
as I
right?
can move, you
Now,
know.
do you mostly have your truck in Philly, Jersey?
Both.
Okay.
You know,
Right,
I
It's a good
you
market.
know, God, let me come on Philly. You know,
It's a good
you
market.
know, God, let me come on Philly. Food,
Right.
beer.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't get any better. Anywhere from Philadelphia up to, you know, Montgomery County and Bucks County and places like that. We work with another company out of the Bucks County, Montgomery area called Food Truck Craze, and they set up these events that are usually on
Yeah.
Thursday nights in like Warrenton, PA, and places like that. We do really well there as well. And then in the Jersey side of things, we work with different promoters like Just Jersey Fest and Spark Market Solutions and GPS and Dina Media Group, just really top promoters. So we'll literally go from Wildwood all the way up to Bergen County,
That's awesome.
depending on the event. But they keep us busy. You know, we're rolling. The truck rolls 5 days a week.
Oh, wow.
Now, does it say if someone had to contact you? Is there?
You know what?
website.
The best is
Well, I mean,
the website is theflyingpieguy.com, and you know, even like I communicate with you guys, Instagram and Facebook messaging. I mean, that's
Right.
the fastest way. We get a lot of customers will request, "Hey, Mike, I'd love to pick up some frozen pies to go. I'm coming to that festival you're at, and we'll have them ready for them."
That's
You
awesome.
know, and just,
Customer appreciation.
I'm just being more so selfish, just because I know my job we have like 4 or 5 different buildings in the general area.
Right.
I work at, I don't know, if you know Sinlar, the mortgage company.
I know the name, I just don't know.
It's across from
You should stop
ETS.
telling everybody.
Oh,
But
okay.
It's,
All right.
it's we got like 4 different buildings all within maybe like 5 minutes of each other.
Right.
And a lot of people order out every day, and I'm thinking, one day the food truck comes through, you know, this
Oh, you
business
gonna
on
bless,
your
you
end,
gonna
the
bless your
word
coworkers
out.
with some
Right,
pies?
Right.
you know.
So,
Mike,
That's a good idea.
thank you for joining us.
thanks for having me.
We would love to have you on again.
I'd love to come back again. This is
We have to
fun.
talk to
It's
his
a lot of
agent
fun.
at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, come on now. No.
Um,
I'm still a humble food trucker from the Philly area, and you know, I'll always be the humble food trucker, no
this
matter
is
what.
episode 3 of the
Three.
Just Grubbin
Three,
podcast.
three, three.
CJ, do you
Allen
have
Iverson.
bars for us?
Always got bars for you. Today's food bar sponsored by Water Ice Radio, and we are Just Grubbin, and Josh Eats Philly and Flying Pie Guy.
Josh is on the next episode.
He is, and please, if you have any suggestions, could just go to We Are Just Grubbin and keep your thoughts to yourself.
We don't want to hear it. We don't want.
Today's comes from it's F the slice. I want the pie. YSY until we die. Watch us all stand in line for a slice of the devil's pie, and this is perfectly fitted for the flying pie guy.
Perfect.
And that's today's bar of the day.
What you laughing at? What you
Love
laughing
that
at?
song.
What you laughing at?
Yeah, that's my song. And it's to be continued. To be continued on another menu. And there's my piece.
You hit them off.
I try.
Shit.
There we go.
Well, that was episode
That was
3.
oh my goodness, this was.
Let's go get
amazing.
Lear.
Yeah, this is amazing. Thank you. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Josh.
Mike.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank
you very much.
Amazing. Please. I'll
I'll leave the rest for you. I know you want to probably be stuffed right now. You can take,
Oh, no,
take
no,
them home and heat them up. And
I'm eating.
if you want reheating instructions, go on my website and click on any of the
even
pies,
have
and
Wow.
it'll have
You really
reheat
take care of the
instructions.
people.
You are a man of the people.
You really
Without my customers, I wouldn't be where I am today,
I respect
and I know that. You know, I love my customers, and they're the ones that you know have helped me grow, and my customers always come first. So
Thank you. You hear that, guys? Go check them out.
You know, if anybody has feedback, you know, stay away from Yelp and hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, and I'm more than happy to make changes to help customers if I can.
Perfect.
Man.
Like a hoagie and a tortilla, that is a wrap.
There's a wrap.